We'll round out the rest of your week with your first cup forecast and your weather headlines here and online. Now, Scott has live hits for you every 10 minutes on the twos. You'll see him again for another update at 4:42. Well, a burglar is on the loose this morning, and the man whose home police say he broke into is recovering from a gunshot wound, but police say that homeowner actually shot himself in the foot trying to shoot that burglar. It happened yesterday afternoon on Point South Drive. Police say the ordeal forced school leaders to lock down 4 nearby schools.
We have patrol, K9, and aviation overhead canvassing the area looking for the suspect, and we ask any of the neighbors or anyone in the area if they see something to give us a call or tell one of the patrol units on scene.
Now, police describe that burglar as a blonde-haired white man with a 5 o'clock shadow. They say he had on a blue shirt and dark jeans at the time of that burglary. Anyone, of course, with information should call Crime Stoppers. And we have new developments this morning regarding what was a double shooting. Now one of those victims, Jonathan Lang, is dead, and police are searching for a killer. Police say someone shot Lang and Tanya Murchison Tuesday on West 40th Street. They believe a fight might have led to those shootings, but they don't yet know if Lang and Murchison were the intended victims. By the way, police do expect Murchison to recover from her injuries. Well, the controversy surrounding Savannah Alderman Tony Thomas just keeps growing. Now, yesterday, an ethics committee cleared Thomas at a specially called meeting, but the battle between Thomas and some people he represents is far from over. WJCL's Carly McGuire has more.
Hereby move that we dismiss this complaint.
On Wednesday, a 3-person ethics committee decided Alderman Tony Thomas was not in violation of the city's ethics ordinance.
You know, nobody likes to be in these situations.
Thomas called the ethics complaint filed by Savannah residents Deborah Kujawa and Karen Thompson frivolous. Attorneys for the 2 women disagree.
Clearly, our clients have been attacked in a public forum.
But despite pages of Facebook posts from Alderman Thomas's personal page calling the women names, the board, advised by attorney Charlie Barrow, decided the post didn't meet the threshold for further hearings.
Behavior by and of itself is not an ethics violation. It has to somehow run against his position as being an alderman.
Attorneys for Kujawa and Thompson say they understand why the board ruled the way it did.
Unfortunately, due to the letter of how the city ordinance ethics code is written, I think the hands were tied when it came to the ethics board.
But they're prepared to come before the board again with a new complaint.
There will be a very different outcome next time we're here.
And Thomas says he's ready to defend himself again.
Anything that they want to come and throw, I mean, we'll deal with it.
In Savannah, Carly McGuire, WJCL 22 News.
Thank you, Carly. Now, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is now looking into claims against Thomas involving possible drug use and sexual misconduct. Thomas denies all these claims and says he's not worried about that GBI investigation. Well, people who live near Whitfield Avenue and Isle of Hope will soon have their own police station. City leaders just broke ground on a new police precinct that'll be located near Truman Parkway. They hope to have it up and running next year. The city closed the precinct that used to service that area back in 2008.
Getting this precinct back was very, very important to all the residents, not just Isle of Hope, but all of the residents in this area. And I have driven Commissioner Stone crazy about getting it back.
It means the people that I represent will have visibility in this area, hopefully quicker response time for officers.
Now, city leaders say the new station will look exactly like the one on Johnny Mercer Boulevard. Across South Carolina this morning, state lawmakers may be close to approving a plan to fund much-needed road repairs across the state. The proposal would raise $400 million a year for road repairs without raising the state's gas tax. The Senate will review that bill today and plans to vote on it next week. But that gas tax issue just keeps cropping up, and experts warn it's not a done deal.
This is not a roads bill. The bill that they're talking about right now has nothing to do with roads. It is a gas tax hike bill. And that's why they're debating it. That's why they're filibustering it. They're protecting taxpayers from an unnecessary tax hike.
South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is not holding back on the issue either. Yesterday, she accused Senate leaders of putting power ahead of people.
The president of the Senate is holding back any progress on roads because he will not have reform. He is holding hostage our roads in the name of power.
Some senators want to repair roads with money from South Carolina's $1.3 billion surplus. Well, Governor Nikki Haley is also launching what she calls a statewide evaluation of local taxes and regulations. Yesterday, she issued an executive order to create a committee to handle that evaluation. Now, that committee will review each county's public infrastructure, tax setup, and the quality of each county's workforce. She says it's all about helping counties attract and grow business. And South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham is stepping up his campaign to stop Donald Trump, and he hopes other Republicans will join him. He's especially concerned after Trump's big wins on Super Tuesday. He wants to help other GOP candidates gain ground in the race for the White House and defeat Trump.
We have between now and March 15th to test whether or not they have viability in their home states. But past March 15th, we need a party to come together and see if we can find an alternative to Mr. Trump that's a more reliable Republican.
Graham, himself a former presidential contender, has long been critical of Trump.
Abortion access! Yeah! Abortion access! Yeah! Abortion access!
That's the Supreme Court hearing what could be a landmark abortion case. Outside, protesters gathered to oppose that case before the court. It all centers on a Texas bill that would require abortion clinics to meet hospital standards. Bill supporters say it'll make abortion safer, but opponents argue some clinics won't be able to meet those new requirements. They say that will make it harder for some women to get abortions.
I'm here because the Texas laws are really dangerous. They really endanger women's health. They don't actually improve anything in terms of quality of care.
Texas cares about our women. That is what this is all about. Women's health and quality of care for whatever kind of decision they choose to make.
Now, the Supreme Court justices seem split on this debate. Their decision will actually, or ultimately rather, affect requirements in 30 states. By the way, this is the first major case the court has considered since Justice Antonin Scalia died. It is now 4:39 on your Thursday morning. Some big changes ahead for Beaufort County schools. We have the latest on the plans for the new May River High campus. And we're calling all students. The city of Savannah preparing with schools to give seniors hands-on work experience this summer. We've got the details.